Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to Comic Crash, my little show on the internet where we talk about comic books and stuff. 2022 has come to a close and we're moving into 2023. Well, not moving into it, we moved into it. It started now as of recording this video. And last year I had a lot of fun recording a retrospective on 2021, looking forward to 2022, so I thought we'd go ahead and do it again. So let's just hop right into it. First, I want to talk about comic book news. There was a lot of good comic books that came out this year. Last year, I said what I really wanted to have happen was I wanted Marvel to give me a really good reason to come back to the fold, so to speak, to start reading more Marvel comics, and they did. Particularly Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man has been really good this year. They started it with a new #1, and it's been a fun read. I look forward to it every month. Along with that, we have a new Spider-Verse event coming up. They call it the End of the Spider-Verse. It was really good, and I loved it. I guess it's still coming out, so I guess I still love it. The newest issue, I picked it up yesterday, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I'm really interested in talking about the Spider-Verse event once it's all finished and once all the issues are out, so I don't know, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, and I'll see what I can do about it. The best comics of the year, though, DC really knocked it out of the park with two particular titles. I fell in love with Dark Knights of Steel. I loved the whole D&D aesthetic thing. I love high fantasy, and putting all of these superheroes into that world is just really exciting. It's just exciting to see like this big Elseworlds comic just really knock it out of the park and take it home. I'm very excited about that. World's Finest. Holy cow. It's so good. Like, I love my Batman Superman team-ups, but World's Finest this year has probably been the best of the bunch that I've read in a very long time, at least. It's wholesome. It's nice to see Batman and Superman be friends. It's nice to see them working together. They made sure that Robin was a part of it, and Robin adds a lot to the story, as does Supergirl. So yeah, World's Finest. If you haven't been reading the new World's Finest book, you gotta get on it. I've been praising it all year long because it's just so good. I love it. If I were to pick a best comic of the year, it would be World's Finest. Let's hop into some TV show stuff. Last year, I said that I really wanted Superman and Lois to stay good. That was like my biggest thing, and I think for the most part it did. It slowed down a little bit in the mid-season, but then really kicked it up into high gear in the end, and oh my goodness, I loved it. I'm excited to see what they come up with next. With all the shakes-ups at DC, there's a lot of conversation saying that the third season of not Lois and Clark, that was a different show. There's a lot of talk that the third season of Superman and Lois is going to be the last one, and I don't want the show to end, but if it is the last season, I really hope this season just hits it all the way out of the park. Just give us another big home run like you did with the first season, and yeah, that's the best I can really hope for that. That and that the show doesn't end. I hope it doesn't end. It would be unfortunate if it ended, because it's so good. Book of Boba Fett came out this year, and the episodes that weren't about Boba Fett were really good, and all the flashback stuff was really good. I wish the show was a little bit better, but I do have hopes, and I hope that it does get a second season, because I think there is a lot to say about a bounty hunter who's always been kind of a loner, but is now supposed to try and be a like crime boss, family boss guy. And yeah, I think that's worth exploring. I think that's worth exploring a little bit better than they did this last time. But this upcoming year, holy cow, we have more Mandalorian coming. I'm so stoked for The Mandalorian Season 3. Like, The Mandalorian changed my entire view of Star Wars. I was so not on board with Star Wars after the movies. And then The Mandalorian came out, and it's like, oh, actually, okay, that's right. I do like Star Wars, I just forgot it for a second. So I'm really excited for The Mandalorian. Games, we have some video games coming out, and some video games that did come out. Biggest things, for me, Toy Story 2 finally got a re-release. I did a big marathon stream on it. It was a lot of fun. One of my most successful streams, and probably the most successful stream if I'm to go ahead and admit that. So it was just, I was not expecting Toy Story 2 to come back, and it did. I was kind of hoping we would get a remake of it, just to kind of modernize it a little bit, like put some fresh paint on it, put some new ideas into it. That could still happen. I was kind of hoping the re-release would create like more buzz about that subject. Buzz. But just the fact that we have it again is fantastic, and the fact that we got it in a way to where I could stream it was just so great, so fun. I loved it. I'm glad that happened. That was the big gaming highlight of the year for me. Movies! Okay, let's talk about some movies real quick. So last year, I was really excited for Lightyear, and I was not as excited for Uncharted. At the end of the year, I am really excited about Uncharted. I loved Uncharted. I had so much fun watching Uncharted. Like, I was not expecting Uncharted to be as fun and engaging and as exciting as it was. So that was great. And I hated Lightyear so much. I was really hoping it would be a lot more along the lines of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, where it was kind of this fun sci-fi movie that was serious but also understood where it was coming from, and also understood that Buzz is fun because he's kind of delusional. So like, that would have been a lot more fun if we just acknowledged that that's what Buzz Lightyear was. I was hoping that it would be like the whole beginning of Toy Story 2, like that whole Buzz Lightyear video game level segment. I wanted an hour and a half of that, and instead I got an hour and a half of, it wasn't a whole lot of fun, the characters weren't very memorable, and the twists were complete bogus. I was very disappointed in that. But Uncharted was fun, it was exciting, they had all kinds of cool set pieces. When I watched the movie, like, they added the new set pieces, and all I could think was, wow, I wish I was playing this. I want this again. And it was a fun way to go back into that world. Even if it wasn't completely accurate to what the games set up story-wise, it was accurate in tone. Now let's talk about the channel this year, because like, a big thing happened to the channel this year, which is that we hit 500 subscribers. Which is a huge deal. That was a big goal I had since starting the channel. I wanted to get to 500, but I wanted to get to 500 subscribers that would care about the content. So it was really cool when that happened. That was an exciting time. This year, I want to at least double that. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers at least by the end of the year. I think we could probably hit it sooner than that, but that is the goal. I want to continue to grow this channel. I want to keep the community growing. I want to keep the conversation going, and that's the way I want to try and do it. I want to get more subscribers. But beyond the subscriber count, because like, subscriber count is nice. If you're looking to start a YouTube channel, yeah, subscriber count is nice because it means that people are seeing your stuff, and it's easier to motivate yourself to keep going if you know that people are looking for it and paying attention for it. But I had a lot of fun just experimenting and trying new and wacky things with the channel this year. For one thing, we tried doing a weekly vlog with the Flips Out Challenge, which was in of itself an experiment because I'd never tried to resell comics before. But we did it this year, and I had a lot of fun just trying that out. I had more fun making the videos than I did tracking down the comics and reselling them. But the fact that we got to try this new thing, and I really appreciated that. I love that I got to branch out a little bit and try this new video format. It's something I'd like to try and do again. We are going to a couple of comic conventions this year, so maybe, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, because like, if you watch that series, and there's a video, I'll go ahead and link it, where I kind of gave off my impressions of the challenge as a whole. I would have to do it way differently this second time. But let me know if that's something you guys want to see. Also, we got to do something I've wanted to do for a very long time now. One of the big inspirations for the channel was another YouTube channel called Game Dave. He's a video game reviewer who looks a lot at Japanese Famicom games, loves JRPGs, and that's kind of like the space where he sits in. And he did a series called Game Dave the Series, where his video game shelf was haunted by some ghost, some spirit that forced him into reviewing into reviewing video games. Wow. I saw that and I'm like, wow, that is really cool. I want to do a serialized story like that, and I've wanted to do it since the start of this channel. And I finally got around to doing it with the Christmas special this year. The trouble is that I noticed that since the serialized event was very much based on a specific time, that it was quite a crunch to try and get all of the episodes out in time. And I mean, I still haven't done it. I have like 2 more episodes gotta try and get out. I'm trying to get them out as soon as I can, I promise. I don't want to sit on this like for too long, and I want it to actually happen, and I want to tell you the story that I came up with it. So I'm going to try and do this again next year. I already have some ideas of what I would want to do with it, but I'm going to make it not set to a specific time of the year, so that way I can go ahead and take a break if I need to, and I can hop on here and maybe do one of these like regular topic type videos that I've noticed that you guys seem to really like on the channel. And yeah, that's the plan right now, but I'm going to get those last 2 episodes of the Christmas special out here fairly soon. I just had a lot of stuff come up. You know how it is. You know, the holidays came up, and I had a bunch of other video projects from work and other places that I needed to get done. So excuses. You gotta do what you have to. The video, though, this year that I am most proud of is the Uncharted video. The video about the Uncharted comic book. Because, oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved everything about that. I really surprised myself with it, too. There was all of these times where I'm editing it and I'm like, wow, this is really fantastic. It was personable, it was personal, it had a lot of exciting elements. I really did a good job with the ambiance of the comic book summary. I loved doing the little skit thing at the beginning. It had a tie to friends. Like, so many things went right with that video, and I'm extremely proud of it. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out, because holy cow, that is great. That really set a new bar for myself, and I'm excited about that. Anyway, so that is the big thing here. Now, this upcoming year, the goals I want to see in 2023, like I said, with the channel, I want to at least get up to 1,000 subscribers, which I think is very doable, and I think we could probably surpass that by quite a ways. For comic books, I want to see DC do a lot more of the crossovers and collaborations that they used to do. Last year, and not last year, 2 years ago now, in 2021 they had the big Ruby crossover, which was a huge deal and turned into an animated movie, and I think they're going to be making another series, and that's cool. I want to see DC do more stuff like that. I want to see them collaborate more. I would die for Justice League My Hero Academia crossover. That would be so good. I would love that so much. So I hope that happens. As far as movies go, we got Indiana Jones coming. I hope Indiana Jones is just the best thing anyone's ever seen. I'm so excited to see that one. TV, I already said that I wanted Mandalorian Season 3 to be really good. I want Superman and Lois to just really knock it out of the park, especially if it's going to be their last season. Video games, I want Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League to actually be good. I want the game. I guess there's a Wonder Woman game that they have under development. I want to hear more news about that because that's kind of disappearing. For other movies, I really want DC to work this year. The Batman was so good. I didn't talk about the Batman. The Batman was really good, and I loved the Batman. But I want the upcoming DC movies to just really knock it out of the park, be really good, because we deserve a good DC movie lineup. I'm not a huge fan of trying to turn it into a connected universe. I know that everyone wants it to be a connected universe, but I think DC really shines when they just do one-off movies, maybe a movie that has a sequel to it. I think they succeed really well in that space, and I think that's the space that movies are going to have to start moving back towards, since the Marvel Cinematic Universe is still going, but it kind of felt over after Endgame, you know? And overall, I just hope that this year continues to bring great things, and we remember to watch out for those good things and to be thankful for them when they do come. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. Just a quick little sit down powwow about what the last year was about and what we hope this next year will come up. Go ahead and let me know what your thoughts are. What do you want to see come up in the next year? Go ahead and put it in the comments below. And until next time, thank you for joining me. Have a great day. And remember to always be your best self.